Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Why can't we score?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they had the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
Not much there, only a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance,
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. The 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. Ezekiel Elliott, 81 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
14 after 7.
Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their reference in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to look deep for more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Click on forgot password. Click on forgot password.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week.
What apps do you need?
Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate
Well, you know what, Kendall? I'll do it, but you gotta wait.
It absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to say.
Man, he hits him in stride. He's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. This is Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Coup for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Panthers 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Kaepernick now to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. 7 yards on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
That's out to the left and complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now on 1st down. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. And Christian McCaffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone? And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Caught on the right side by Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
One to the 14-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Yetur Gross-Matos, the rookie. That's why they drafted him, getting in there and making the play defensively. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
set up the screen with Davis. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pass incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves us staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Kaepernick again. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down. Blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
34-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead, not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they get their focus back.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 30 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds.
This nigga got up, fell, got up and started running.
They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll take it.
That is sick as hell, man. That is sick.
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Damn, that's sick.
Coup now for the point after. Guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Falcons 31, Panthers 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Throwing on second down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Michael Pilardi now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. 2nd and 11. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So
he almost came up with that.
A wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. After a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
These guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Carry for Trenton Cannon.
Y'all gotta. Somebody got a block.
Developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Incomplete.
So 1 1st down on that drive, and that's it.
Beat me up out there.
Down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
About about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points, and they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Again, they run with Gurley.
Hey, you just gonna look at the kid?
He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little
Damn.
because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he will find Ridley. That's
Wow, they can just go. That's crazy. All right.
His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Panthers 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
How many you gonna drop, bro?
Effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Kaepernick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. McCaffrey. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Troy Pride. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Stop.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position.
Can the keeper bring me water?
3rd and 6. Kaepernick going to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
Gracias.
That way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive
instance, is it still lit?
Win can be taken with another.
It's still smoke coming from it?
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here on EA Sports.
No, is it still
The
lit?
football, they've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Ryan. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down.
That's crazy.
10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
30-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They go Elliott again. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Here we go. But it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Dante Jackson picks it.
What you mean, can you download it?
This week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago. Now
I gotta be logged off, don't I?
Yeah, that's fine. A man named Ken Donahue is not there right now because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, "Tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept."
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Kaepernick. He's going to look deep for more. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Wow.
Picked up by James Bradbury. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the crossing route, complete. It's Jones. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, it's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Panthers' 4-yard line.
On the option, here's Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Yetur Gross-Matos able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Every time I see Yetur Gross-Matos complete a play like that, I'm reminded of what I saw from him at Penn State. Willowy is the description I wrote down in my book. Long and angular, loves to play on the edge. In fact, I asked him about that in the process leading up to the draft. He says, I want to be outside in space where I can work upfield against those tackles. And how about the moves that he exhibits getting to the quarterback?
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Why you walk like that? Why you talk like that?
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's
Willis?
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's
been a while.
Class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it.
No. It's been a little for about a couple hours. Ask Jada what time, because he recorded it.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina.
Jada.
Robbie Anderson, 79 yards. And the Panthers are able to cover this lead.
What time was that?
You got to understand situation.
6:51.
They're playing with the lead here late in the ball game.
So 2 hours.
Has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver.
Yeah.
Keep everything in front of you.
6:50.
Back in the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but
still not done. But I don't smell it.
Give up a big pass play like that, but they did. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And that should just
back in the olden days.
He is out of bounds inside the 35. Maybe they needed a miracle.
Bye. See, that's what y'all be doing. What? Get one and then none.
They put the toe to the leather on that one. Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a so let's see what this is about.
Good game, T.
Youngway Koo for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Panthers 31. Youngway Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation yet.
And his pass is intercepted. Time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Hit that like button. Oh, you about to log in? I can't even play Call of Duty.
No, I'm finna log in and download it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, let me log on.